Hari Om, Yoginis, Yogis, welcome to this 60-minute Vinyasa class. So my name is Julian, very pleased to be back in studio here. Not many people, that's what's happening, online class, but at least you get to see my pretty face. If you've missed me, I'm certainly looking forward to meet you all in studio or maybe one day in real life. But for now, let's get going with a 60-minute Vinyasa class, which since I'm not able to see you, adjust, correct, or give any personal cues, I'd like you to approach the practice with really loving kindness. Also, often here in studios, we have a room that is quite warm. At home, might not be so warm, so if it's not so warm, we'll be going through a good warm-up. Make sure that you really get to warm up, and if you're just not feeling like taking the options which I'll be offering, you can just stay back and just do what you can. What's important is to get some movement along with the breath, and just enjoy the practice. Get moving. Yeah, that's it. So we'll start in your best comfortable seated position in your sacred space. So I like to take Vajrasana. Unless you have knee, ankle issues, you can come into a cross-legged position using either a bolster or a cushion if you feel the need to elevate your hips, just to make sure that your hips are not higher, also your knees are not higher than your hips, just nice and relaxed. Otherwise, Vajrasana is a good pose to keep your spine nice and straight. Just so that you take a moment to arrive in your sacred space. You can close your eyes, palms facing upwards, taking a mudra, hand gesture if you have one. Maybe you can take the Gyan Mudra, index and thumb lightly touching together, other fingers straight, relaxed on your lap, knees. Just feeling the breath for a moment. Noticing your state of mind right this moment. Noticing how you feel in your body today. If it's morning, you might be a little bit stiff. Maybe you didn't get enough movement of late. I've heard that maybe some people are eating a little bit too much being home. Just really connect to the energies within, preparing for the practice. Again, as I mentioned, what's important is to get some movement along with the breath, and we'll start with the breath. So I just would like to introduce Bhastrika breath, which is the breath of fire. Very important to activate the energy, start to get some Agni going, the fire in the abdominal, so it really helps to also warm up the abdominal, strengthen the core muscles, as well as building up some heat, very good also for digestive issues. And I'll be offering this breath a few times during the practice. Feel free to take it or leave it. We'll start nice and easy, so if you have had stomach operations, heart operations, any ulcers or heart issues, you might want to refrain from that. Also vertigo, high blood pressure, just see how you go with that. You can try maybe nice and slow at the beginning. We'll start with 3 rounds of 10, just nice and easy. If you feel fine, you can just build up onto it every round. Also, if you have difference of pressure in the ears, that's probably a good indication that you may be pushing too hard. Again, approaching the practice with place of loving and kindness, no straining with the breath, just practicing is key, so we just start nice and slow. So again, for this breath, you want to go nice and easy and use your abdominals, so you're going to be contracting your abdomen towards the spine as you exhale, and as you inhale, belly goes up. So again, no breathing through the chest. So I'll just quickly show you how this works. Again, as you inhale in through the nose, belly goes out, and as you exhale out the nose, belly goes in. So these are rapid inhale and exhale in and out through the nose, just like so. So we'll go for 3 rounds of 10 breaths, just nice and easy. You might have some stuff coming out the nose, don't worry too much. This is just the body cleansing the nasal passages. So we're strengthening and balancing the nervous system, so very good for the whole body, clearing nadis, energy pathways, just allowing for the breath to be maybe a little bit deeper throughout the practice. So you can bring your right hand on top of your left, palms facing upwards, and resting your hands on your lap. So some people just keep going up like this, so just really relax, nice and soft into your elbows, maybe rolling your shoulders back, spine is nice and straight. You can keep your gaze forward, closing your eyes, relaxing for a moment, noticing the breath in through the nose, out through the nose. And we're getting ready for 3 rounds of Pastrika breath. Exhaling the air out the nostrils, you take a deep inhale in through your nose. And then you start pumping, exhaling out your nose. Once you reach 10, relaxing the breath, still with your eyes closed, feeling deeply into the body. Again, if you have no difference of pressure in the ears, if you feel fine, second round, maybe exploring, going a little bit faster, a little bit stronger. Deep inhale through the nose and get pumping. Couple of relaxing breaths. Just really noticing what you feel inwards. Maybe going a bit stronger, a bit faster again for the last round. Deep inhale. Relaxing the breath. Just notice your state of mind. Maybe the energy flowing throughout the body, maybe a little tingling around temples, cheeks, chest. And we'll open up the practice with 3 Om chants. So if you've never practiced the Om chant, you can just tune into the vibration, joining whenever you feel ready. This is not about how it sounds, anyway. Being alone at home, you can try any sound. What's important is really to feel the vibration within the body. We'll be taking a deep inhale in through the nose, all the way down to your pelvic floor as much as possible. And as you exhale out the mouth, chanting Om, see if you can really feel that vibration rising from your belly, pelvic floor, through your heart, throat, into the head, all the way up to the crown of the head and beyond. Exhaling the air out the nostrils, emptying the lungs, we're getting ready. Deep inhale in through the nose. your eyes closed for a moment. Noticing the peace within the mind, body. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, into the chest, out the nose, in, out, and gently opening your eyes, making your way onto your all fours, maybe wiping your nose if you've had a bit of clearing. Again, don't worry too much. This will allow you to breathe deeper. So coming onto your all fours to set up, there's a nice easy way. You can come into a child's pose. You can bring your elbow to your knee, extending your fingers forward. So this will give you normally just about the right spacing between your hands and knees. So if you place your other hand just in front, so heel of the hand aligned with the fingertips, you should then have your hands right under your shoulders, knees are under your hips, and you can start with a few cat and cows, inhaling, looking up, exhaling, looking down, rounding into the spine. So as you inhale, arching into the spine, belly works towards the floor. And as you exhale, rounding, see if you can look at your belly, tucking the tailbone under, and you push your hands into the floor, reaching your shoulder blades up to the sky, taking a few breaths like this. So with your hands, the alignment, you want to have your fingers spread out nice and wide, and ideally, index finger is pointing forward, parallel to each other. Nice and strong standing posture, or not standing, but rounding posture with your hands, so that you can move through your cat and cow, really pushing your hands into the floor, reaching up with your shoulder blades. You can start to connect with your Ujjayi breath, this oceanic breath. Just like the ocean, slow, steady, yet deep and strong. See if you can keep your breath to lead the movement. And then we can go into a bit more of a free cat and cow, maybe just doing circles. Just do whatever feels right in your body. You notice that we start getting some warm-up happening in the wrists as well. If you feel like maybe the need to warm up a bit more into the wrists, you can turn your fingertips inside. Maybe just going one side, so bending into your left elbow. See if you can keep your other arm straight with the heel of the hand still in contact with the floor as much as possible. So you don't want to go too far, otherwise it's going to lift up. Just trying to keep your hand on the floor so you'll feel the stretch on the inside of the arm, the kink into the wrists. Just moving from side to side. Nice and easy. Again, see if you can keep working with the breath. Inhaling back to center, exhaling out to the side, and then you can switch fingertips out. Same thing, see if you can keep your heel of the hand, the whole palm pressing onto the floor. A few movements like this. And then you can turn your fingers towards your knees, going back and then forward slightly. A few more like this. Coming back. Again, see if you can bring your index fingers parallel to each other. Heel of the hand still in contact with the floor, coming forward, reaching back, maybe into almost a child's pose. Hips to your heels. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So we're really starting to warm up into the shoulders. Now coming back to a more neutral position, so we're going to start to get warmed up into the core. You can lift your right leg up, reaching back, and see if you can drop that right hip down so that you're keeping your hips nice and leveled to the floor. Same for the shoulder blades, and you can reach your left arm forward, lengthening from your right heel all the way to your left fingertips. And then we're going to be working with the breath as you exhale. Elbow to touch the knee, rounding into the spine just like we did before. As you inhale, you stretch. Again, trying to keep your hips nice and squared. Exhale, keep working with the breath. We're going for one more. Exhale. Inhale, you can hold there, or if you want to go further, maybe you can bend into your right knee, getting hold of your ankle, and see if you can kick your foot into your hand so that you get a bit of a notch, maybe even looking up. See if you can stay stable into your left knee, right hand, nice and slow. You release, extending your arm, leg. Release as you exhale, and we take the other side. Again, hips, shoulders, nice and squared as much as possible, working with the breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Still going with your Ujjayi breath. Slow, soft, deep breathing so that you feel deeply into the body. Inhale. Stay there, or maybe going further, you can get hold of your foot, slight arch into the spine, kick your foot. Couple of breaths there. Slowly releasing. And then you're going to walk your hands just about 1 foot in front again, keeping your fingertips, index fingers pointing forward, index parallel to each other, moving into Adho Mukha Svanasana, your first down dog. So nice and soft, bend into your knees, working really on the hand position, so trying to get an even wide distribution between your hands and feet. Again, index fingers are pointing forward, parallel to each other, and you'll be pressing onto your index, so you should be almost lifting your pinky. I see often some people lifting into the thumbs and index, not really good for the wrists. So again, you want to be pressing onto your index and thumb, so just like a tripod, 3 points of contact, which is the most stable. Taking a few breaths, walking your dog, bending one knee after the other, or maybe wagging your tail, whatever feels good. I quite like to have my feet just about 1 foot wide, hip distance apart, nice and easy at the beginning. You can have your knees bent again if you're not reaching your heels to the floor. And I like to just try to keep the feet on the floor and reach your hips out one side. Again, I'll demonstrate from there. If you can see, trying to keep the shoulders nice and squared, so when I reach my hips out to the left, I feel a nice big stretch into the right side of the body. Same to the other side. A couple of times you can work with the breath again, inhaling as you go back to center, exhaling out to the other side. Coming back to center, looking forward between your hands, walking all the way to the top of the mat. Soft bend into your knees, nice and slow. As you inhale, you can start to roll your spine up vertebrae by vertebrae. Reaching your hands all the way up, palms together, and as you exhale, you release, hands back down to your hearts. We're going to get going with a bit of a flow. So let's get started. Top of the mat, reaching your arms up. Exhale, falling forward. So we start nice and easy. You can bend into your knees at the start until we get really warm. As you inhale, right leg back. Drop your knees onto your toes. Look up, rolling your eyes upwards. Nice and slow, you release. Hands onto the floor again. See if you can plant your hands ready for your down dog. Index fingers are parallel, and you can step your left knee to meet the right. Arching into your lower back, bending into your elbows. Nice and slow, you start bringing the weight of the body onto your shoulders. See if you can really protract your shoulders back towards your hips. Bring your chest, forehead to the floor. So stomach doesn't touch. Nice arch into your lower back. So we start warming up into the spine more seriously, really working on the nervous system, releasing all the way down. Point your toes as you inhale, using your back muscles, lifting your chest, slowly releasing, tuck your toes under, pushing onto your hands, so your hands shouldn't have moved, already in place for your down dog. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Again, even weight distribution between your hands, feet, pressing onto your thumb, index. Inhale, stepping your right foot forward, right between your hands. So use your core muscles, drop your back knee, point your toes, look up. Feeling the stretch into the left psoas. Slowly releasing as you exhale, looking down, stepping forward. Maybe still soft bend into your knees, nice and slow, rolling your vertebrae one by one, feeling that stacking of the vertebrae as you start coming all the way up with your hands, reaching all the way to the sky. So nice stretch into the whole front of the body as you look up. And as you exhale, you release back down to your heart. And take one more like this, taking the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Again, still bending into your knees if you feel you need to. Inhaling, left leg back. Drop your knee, point your toes, look up. Exhale, you release. Planting your hands. If you want to build up onto the practice, you can step back into Chaturanga. So shoulders over your wrists, nice strong plank as you exhale. Ashtanga, knees, chest, forehead. So your elbows are still close to the body, up the floor, protracting your shoulders. Releasing all the way down onto your abdomen, pointing your toes as you inhale. Using your back muscles, you peel your heart off, only going as far as comfortable for your own back. Slowly releasing, tuck your toes under, pushing onto your hands, stretching back. Down dog. Still going with your Ujjayi breath, noticing that breath flowing throughout the body along with the movement. Again, see if you can initiate the movement from the breath. Inhaling, looking forward, stepping the left foot forward. Drop your knee, point your toes, looking up. And as you exhale, nice and slow, looking down, stepping forward. Maybe still soft bend into your knees. Letting your head dangle down. Inhaling, rising up, palms together. We're going to get going. Nice and slow, you release. We're going to start increasing, building up onto it. Again, you do what you can. Whenever you feel this is enough, you don't have to take the options. Inhale, reach up. Maybe arching into your spine, looking up. Exhale, folding forward. Fingertips to the floor as you inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lifting the chest, lengthening into the spine. As you exhale, you fold, stepping your right leg back. Drop your knee, point your toes. Inhale, your arms up. Lower lunge, so see if you can keep your breaths in as much as possible, lengthening into the spine but relaxing into the shoulders. Nice and slow as you exhale, you release. Hands ready for your down dog. Stepping back, Chaturanga. And if you want to build up onto the practice, lowering all the way down, keeping your elbows in close to the body, protracting your shoulders, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, coming into your Cobra, looking up. Straightening your elbows, relaxing into the shoulder blades. Nice and slow, you release. Tucking your toes under, pushing back, down dog. Inhaling, right leg up. Keeping your hips nice and squared as much as possible, so you don't be dropping that right hip down. And you keep reaching your right heel back, just like if you wanted to push the back all the way. Keep your shoulders nice and squared. As you exhale, nice and slow to your chest. Still in down dog, so we're not moving forward. Inhale, reach your heel back. Exhale to your chest. Inhale, reach back, lengthen into the leg. Exhale to your chest, coming forward this time over your wrists. And you step forward. Dropping your back knee, point your toes. Bringing your hands, interlacing your fingers onto your knee. And see if you can start pushing onto your knee, reaching back with your shoulders, lengthening into the spine. As you inhale, you stretch your arms forward with your fingers interlaced, reaching all the way up, relaxing into the shoulder blades. Nice and slow as you exhale, you release.
stepping forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, thrusting all the way up, pressing your feet into the earth. Fingertips right up to the sky. Exhale, you release. Again, you can interlace your fingers, pressing your palms down. Inhale, reach forward and up. Relax into the shoulder blades, maybe looking up. Nice and slowly. Exhale, you release. Diving forward. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthening into the legs, the spine. Exhale, you fold. Left leg back. Drop your knee, point your toes. Lower lunge. Relaxing into the shoulder blades. See if you can sink your hips down a bit more. Nice and slow. Exhale, plant your hands. Chaturanga. Lowering all the way down to Chaturanga Dandasana. And then onto the floor. Release your toes, bringing your hands outside of the mat. So tenta your fingers, see if you can bring your hands back towards the lower ribs. And as you inhale, you lift your heart using your back muscles. See if you can keep your elbows pointing up. Maybe looking up as you exhale, rolling your spine down. And we keep working with the breath. Still going with your Ujjayi breath. One more. Nice wavy pattern with the spine. Exhale. Bringing your hands back under your shoulders, tucking your toes under, stretching back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhaling, left leg up. Again, lengthen into the leg. Shoulders are nice and squared, hips are squared. As you exhale, you bring your knee to your chest. Inhale, lengthen into the leg. Exhale to your chest. Inhale, last one. Exhale to chest, coming forward over your wrists, stepping forward. Drop your back knee, point your toes, switching the interlacing of your fingers this time. Pressing your hands onto your knees so that you're reaching back. See if you can keep your lower ribs coming in so you grow tall with the spine at the same time that you're pushing back. See if you can keep relaxing the shoulder blades down. So shoulders away from the ears. Nice and slow. Extending your arms. As you inhale, again, shoulder blades are nice and relaxed. Sinking your hips down. Exhale, you release. Stepping forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, you fold, forehead to shins. Inhale, rising all the way up. Palms together. Exhale, you release. Again, you can interlace your fingers, switching, going the other way. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, lengthen, look forward, offering your heart forward. Exhale with compassion, stepping your right leg back. Drop your knee, point your toes. Inhale, reach your arms up. Now you're going to bend your elbows, getting hold of your left elbow. You're going to slowly start coming out to the right. So for this lateral stretch, you want to have your hips nice and square, nice and strong, and you initiate your lateral movement from the lower ribs. So the upper body goes into lateral stretch, the lower body shouldn't move, staying there for a couple of breaths. As you inhale, coming back up. Releasing your hands again, plant your hands, stretching back, Chaturanga. Nice and slow, lowering all the way down. Releasing your toes, fingertips outside of the mat. Tenta your fingers, see if you can keep your elbows again nice and high. Inhaling, reaching up. And now this time as you exhale, you're going to twist to the right, looking at your left heel from over your shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, looking at your right heel. Inhale, keep moving with the breath. Exhale, we're going for a few more. So keep working with your breath. Elbows up as much as possible. Just do what you can. Inhaling to center. Last round. Inhale. Nice twist into the spine. Coming back to center. Slowly releasing. Planting your hands under your shoulders. Going back to your down dog. Still working with the breath. Now inhaling, right leg up. You can bend your knees, stack your hips, so see if you can keep your left heel grounding into the earth as much as possible. If you need a soft bend into your knee, that's fine. And you start bringing your right heel to your left buttocks. See if you can bring your knee up to the sky, opening up, but keep bringing your right shoulder down so shoulders are squared as much as possible. Nice and slow as you exhale, you're going to bring your knee to your right elbow. Inhale, stretching your leg long. Exhale to your chest, stepping forward right between your hands, dropping your back knee, inhaling your arms up. Now, as you exhale, you're going to open out to the right. So right hand back, left hand forward. As you inhale, you swing your right arm down, forward and up. Exhale, planting your hands, stepping forward. Back to your forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthening into the spine. Exhale, Uttanasana, forehead towards your shin. Inhale, rising all the way up, palms together. And as you exhale, you're going to interlace your fingers, except the index finger, and you can lean to the left, pushing your hips out to the right, making sure that you're not dropping your right shoulder forward. So just like if you wanted to keep looking at the sky from under your armpit, and as you inhale back to center, exhale other side. Again, push your hips, keep your arms straight as much as possible, relax into the shoulder blades. One more breath. As you inhale, reach up. As you exhale, you fall forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you fold, stepping your left leg back. Drop your knee, point your toes. Reach your arms up, getting hold of your right elbow. Again, find stability into your hips, swaying your hips as much as possible. Exhaling to the side. Again, you want to move from your navel up, so you should be feeling a good stretch into the whole right side of the body. One more breath. Still going with your Ujjayi breath, making sure that you don't compromise any posture for the breath. Inhaling, extending your arms, exhale, your release. Plant your hands, stepping back, Chaturanga, going through Vinyasa. So you choose the Vinyasa of your choice. If you need to bring your knees down, that's fine. Otherwise, lowering down, Chaturanga, inhaling, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, stretch back, Down Dog. Inhaling, left leg up. Exhaling to your left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Bending into your knee, almost forgot that one. So keep opening into the hip. Keep your right heel down to the floor as much as possible. Shoulders are nice and squared. Heel to your buttocks, knee right up to the sky. Nice and slow as you exhale, you bring your knee to your chest. And then coming forward, stepping forward. Dropping your back knee, point your toes, inhale your arms up. Exhale, opening out to the left. Inhale, you swing your left arm down, around and up. Exhale, coming forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. So now think warm, nice and slow. As you exhale, you release. Hands by your side. You can close your eyes for a moment. Just feeling into the body. Feeling that Ujjayi breath. Slow, deep breathing. Opening your eyes, and we're going to get going a bit further. Utkatasana, bending into your knees, so see if you can keep your toes, knees together, touching the floor with your fingertips, reaching your arms up. And now we're going to take Bastrika breath. Feel free to take it or leave it. So rapid inhale and exhale, pumping the abdomen. Deep inhale as you exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening into the legs, the spine. As you exhale, planting your hands, and you can walk back or jump back, going through Vinyasa of your choice. Inhale, look up. Exhale, stretch back, down dog. Inhaling, right leg up. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Again, keeping your shoulders nice and squared. Keep pressing your right hand into the floor. And if you can, maybe you can start bringing your left fingertips onto the floor. Maybe reaching your hand back. And maybe you can even get hold, a little bit wobbly of your foot, just like we did before. If you feel this is too much, you can always bring your knee down, just like we did at the start. Otherwise, this one is a little bit tricky. Coming back to your down dog. Nice and slow, you release. Taking the other side. Left leg up. Right fingertips on the floor. If you stay there, that's fine. Or maybe you can start exploring, reaching your right arm up and maybe getting hold of your foot. Keeping your foot into your hand. Nice and slow, you release. Inhaling, right leg up. Exhale to your right elbow. Inhale, stretch it long. Exhale to your left elbow. To your chest. Stepping forward. Inhale, rising up into a high lunge. Now the exhale, opening out to the right. Swinging your arm down and up. As you exhale, stepping forward. Lengthening into the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Bending into your knees, Utkatasana, reaching your arms up. And again, second round of Prastrika breath. Rapid inhale and exhale. Deep inhale, exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Planting your hands, walking back, jumping back, going through your vinyasa of your choice. Inhale, look up. Exhale, stretch back, down dog. A few breaths into your down dog, so take the time to settle down into your down dog. Feet are hip width distance apart. And we're going to take a twist. Left hand outside of the right knee, looking at the sky from under your armpits, so keep lengthening into the spine. We're here for a few breaths. If you can go further, maybe you can slide your hand all the way down to your heel, lengthening into the spine. Slowly coming back, taking the other side. Again, if you can go further, maybe sliding your hand all the way to your heel, keep lengthening into the spine, reaching your hips up, looking at the sky from under your armpit. Releasing, inhale, left leg up. Exhale to your elbow, left elbow. Inhale, reach back, right elbow, chest, stepping forward, coming into a high lunge, nice, strong and stable. Opening out on your breath out. Inhale, swing your left arm down, around up. Exhale, stepping forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, rising up. Palms together. Exhale, you release. And we go again. Utkatasana, bending into your knees. Inhale. Exhale, palms together. This time you twist out to the right. So see if you can keep lengthening into the spine, pressing your palms together, left elbow right up to the sky. Relax into your shoulder blades. Show it from this side. So you want to keep your knees parallel to the front edge of the mat. So you won't be thinking of pushing your left knee, left hip back as you continue pressing your hands together, twisting into the spine, looking up, looking down for good balance, bringing the weight of the body onto your right foot, lift your left heel, lift your left toes, left foot, getting some fun, air time if you can, nice and slow. You step all the way back, coming into a twisted lunge, nice and strong. Pressing your palms together, so you'll be lengthening from your heel all the way to the crown of the head as you continue twisting. Optional is to open your arms out. If you feel you can take that, if you do so, make sure you keep the connection with your outside knee and tricep to open your arms, and you keep lengthening into the spine, twisting, looking up. A few deep breaths. Nice and slowly exhale, looking down, planting your hands, stepping back, going through your vinyasa of your choice. Keep working with the breath. One movement, one breath. Still going with your ujjayi breath. Inhaling, right leg up. Exhale to your right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to your left elbow. Hold there. Extend your leg out. You can bring the outside edge of the foot on the floor. Spin your back heel down. Reach your left arm up. Fallen triangle. Nice and slowly exhale, you release. Knee to chest. Stepping forward. You can drop your back knee. Opening your right knee out. So right toes out. Maybe coming onto the outside blade of your foot. Maybe coming onto your elbows. Nice and slow. Inhaling, coming back. And then planting your left hand. You can come onto the outside edge of your back foot. So untuck your toes, tuck your toes. And see if you can start rolling onto the outside of your toes, reaching your right arm back, dropping your hips. And then inhale, reaching your right arm up. See if you can lift your hips. Exhale, you release. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. So watching your knee as you do this, maybe a little bit strong for the knee. Nice and slowly exhale, you release. Framing your front foot. And you can start stretching into pyramid pose so you stay high onto the ball of your back foot. And you start working towards straightening your front leg. If the leg doesn't straighten all the way, that's fine. Try to keep your spine nice and straight. If you can straighten, keep pressing your big toenail into the floor, squaring your hips as much as possible, looking forward. Last little adjustment, if you can go further without losing the hips, without losing the flat back, you can start to fold forehead towards your shin. Slowly releasing, bending into your front knee, stepping forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Bending into your knees, Utkatasana, reaching your arms up. Exhale, prayer position, and we twist to the other side. Lengthening into the spine. So again, keeping your knees parallel to the front edge of the mat. Keep going, lengthening into the spine. We're taking that same sequence on the other side. Nice and slow, you can start to look down, bringing the weight of the body onto your left foot, lifting right heel, right toes, maybe the foot. Yes, see if you can go for a bit of air time, nice and fun. You step all the way back. Take the time to come back into your twist. So again, as you inhale, you lengthen into the spine. So from your right heel all the way to the crown of the head, relax into the shoulder blades. Left elbow right up to the sky, maybe opening your arms if you feel that's available to you. Keep lengthening, so nice long line of energy. You want to be really feeling your heel, hip, shoulders aligned as much as possible. One more breath. Nice and slow as you exhale, you release. Plant your hands going through your vinyasa. One breath, one movement. Inhale, look up. Exhale, stretch back. Down dog. Inhaling, left leg up. Exhale to your left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to your right elbow. Extending the leg, we're moving into fallen triangle. Reach up. Exhale, you release. Knee to chest. Stepping forward, dropping back knee. Again, opening the leg out. You can bring your hands in front, staying there, or maybe going a bit further. Nice and slow, planting your right hand, coming onto the outside edge of your right foot, dropping your right hip down, reaching back with your left hand. Inhale, reach up, keep going. Inhale, up. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. You release. Again, coming high onto the ball of your back foot, coming onto your fingertips. You start working towards straightening your front leg again. Towards, doesn't need to be straight. What's important is to really keep your hips nice and squared. So you want to be working your left hip back, right hip forward. Back is nice and flat as much as possible. Keep pressing that big toe mat into the floor. Left or right hip nice and high. Maybe folding a bit further if you feel this is available to you. Nice and slow, bending into your front knee, stepping forward. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Utkatasana, bending into your knees. Inhale, your arms up. Sinking down a bit low. Now you can open your arms out to the right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, out to the side. Left. Inhale, up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold, planting your hands. Chaturanga, staying into Chaturanga. 4 Bhastrika breath. Rapid inhale and exhale in out through the nose. Pumping the abdomen. Take a deep inhale, exhale, folding forward. Going all the way down, going through your Vinyasa. Inhale, look up. Exhale, stretching back. Inhaling, right leg up. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Maybe you can go a bit further, nice and slow. You can start to bring your right foot behind for rock star. All 10 toes pointing back. Lift your hips out your spine, drop your head back and reach back. Using your core muscles, nice and slow, coming back, planting your right hand, right leg up. Exhale to your chest, stepping forward. And now we're going to move into a warrior 2, rising up into high lunge. Exhaling out, you drop your back heel down. Warrior 2, so making sure your front knee is right above your ankle. Relax into the shoulder blades. Couple of breaths there. And then we move into side angle as you exhale. First level, you can bring your elbow onto your thigh, left hand onto your hips and roll your shoulder back, look up. If you can go further, maybe right hand, fingertip or hand flat on the inside of the foot. Maybe reaching up with your left arm, you can stay there, keep bending into your front knee. If you can go further, maybe you can take a half bind or maybe even a full bind if that's available to you. Whichever option, keep rolling your top shoulder back. Deep breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. One more breath. Nice and slow, you release. Hand onto the floor, swinging around to the left, parallel your feet. And you're going to come onto your fingertips. Again, you want to be lengthening into the spine, so maybe I'll show you from the side. So you want to drop your hips back a little bit, and every breath out, see if you can walk your hands forward. Folding a bit further. Inhale, lengthening into the spine. Exhale, folding maybe a bit further. See if you can work towards bringing your forehead towards the floor. If not, that's fine. Just relax into the shoulder blades. Nice and slow. One more breath. Walking your hands all the way back. Heel to your feet. So we're moving into a goddess pose. Rising up, arms in cactus position. Couple of breaths there, and we're going to move into Skandasana. So nice and slow, you can either exhale, left hand to the floor, maybe staying there, extending your leg, or if you move into the full Skandasana, stretching your right leg, flexing your toes, maybe left hand outside, right arm up. Keep smiling, this is a good pose. If you want to go further, you can also bind. Still smiling. Keep flexing your toes. So this one is a bit of a deep stretch, spine as straight as possible. Nice and slow, you release. Walking the hands all the way around to the front. Stepping forward. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Utkatasana, bending into your knees. Inhale, your arms up. Nice and slow as you exhale. You bring your hands behind you. Inhale, swinging your arms forward and up. Exhale, hands behind. Maybe we go a bit stronger. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more. Strong breath. Last one. Inhale. As you exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, planting your hand, walking back, going through your Vinyasa. One breath, one movement. Inhale, look up. Exhale. down dog. Inhaling, left leg up. Bend your knees, take your hips, maybe going further. You can flip your dog. Keep arching into the spine, dropping your hip back. Enjoying the view, hello. Nice and slow, coming back using your core muscles. Knee to your left elbow, to your right elbow. Extending your leg out, forward triangle. Exhale, you release. Knee to chest, stepping forward, rising up. Warrior 2, opening out. Relax into your shoulders. Again, we're moving into side angle, easy version, elbow onto thigh or hand onto the floor. Arm up, half bind, full bind, whatever's available. See if you can bend into your front knee a bit more so that you lengthen from your back heel through the hip to the crown of the head, opening the chest. One more breath. Nice and slow, you release. Again, we're walking your hands forward. Prasarita Padottanasana. Hands under your shoulders, so lengthening into the spine. Left hand under your heart. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, replacing your left hand. Inhaling, left hand up. Exhale, you release. Doing a couple more like this, so keep lengthening into the spine, working with the breath. Inhale. Last round. Still going with your breath. As you release, heel to your feet, so you shorten slightly your stance. Rising up for your goddess pose. Now this time, you're going to bring your hands on your knees. So you're going to be bringing your thumb in, four fingers outside. So your shoulders are going to be a little bit hunched up. See if you can drop your shoulders down as much as possible. So drop your hips down, lengthening into the spine. And as you exhale, you're going to bend into your left elbow, bringing your right shoulder forward, pushing with your right hand into your knee. So you feel a deep stretch into the inside of your right leg, looking behind you. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We're going for one more round. Inhale, exhale to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then you release. Right hand to the inside of the foot for an easy side angle, or going maybe for full skandasana, bending into your left knee, right knee, sorry, lengthening into your left leg, flex your toes, see if you can keep your left calf off the floor, right hand extended, left arm up, or maybe going for your bind, that's available to you, you have no shoulder issue, keep flexing your toes, keep smiling, very good, one more breath. Nice and slow as you exhale, you release. You're going to walk your hands all the way around, planting your hands, stepping forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway lift. Exhale, you fold. Bending into your knees, Utkatasana. Last one, I promise. Maybe not the easiest. See how you go with it. See if you can keep your arms up as much as possible, bringing your hips down towards your heels. Maybe you need the help of your hands, otherwise see if you can keep your arms up and nice and slow, very gracefully as you can. See if you can sit down. Very good. Maybe a little boat pose, bringing your thighs, sorry, calves up, arms stretched forward. Keep pulling your heart forward so that you're not collapsing into your lower back. Maybe legs are straight. Nice and slow, you can start releasing towards the floor. Keeping your shoulders up, heels up. Last Bastrika breath, rapid inhale and exhale in and out through the nose. Still smiling, keep going. Deep inhale, exhale. Yes. Love this release. Taking a few breaths. Releasing the breath. Any tension in the body, maybe you can Gently swing your hips from side to side. We're just gonna cool down nice and easy. So you can bend into your knees, bringing your feet mat distance apart, arms out in T-shaped position. You can exhale your knees out to the right, inhaling back to center, just nice, slow, easy movement. Maybe still going with your Ujjayi breath, but maybe feeling the breath slowly coming down, inhaling up. We'll take maybe one more round. Exhaling both knees out to the side, so you want to be keeping your feet mat distance apart, inhaling back to center. For this last one, we're going to be holding there for a little bit longer. So now if you want to go further, you can place your right foot on top of your left knee. Your feet are still mat distance apart, and you can turn your head opposite to your knees, so turning towards your left. See if you can keep your shoulder blades in contact with the floor. Feeling the stretch more so onto the left hip, waist. And you might want to be thinking with your top heel to, instead of just pushing your leg down, see if you can sort of drag your thigh forward so you feel a bit more lengthening onto the top of your left thigh and the outer hip, lower waist. Taking one more breath. Keeping your number 4 shape if you have it. You can inhale to bring your left knee with your right foot back up. You might want to replace your left foot in line with your hips, so bringing it back to the center. And as you exhale, keeping your right foot where it is, number 4 shape, you can take your right foot down, bringing your sole onto the floor, trying to keep your shin vertical as much as possible. So instead of really folding completely, this is not a recline twist, this is a little bit different. You want to keep your knee right up to the sky, turning your head. A few deep breaths in here. And then when you're done, as you inhale, coming back up, keeping your number 4 shape. Thread the needle so you can thread your right arm through your legs. You can interlace your fingers behind your left knee in front of your left shin. See if you can push your right knee with your elbow so that you're working your left knee towards your chest, right knee away from the chest. Flexing your toes, right toes as much as possible. Spine is nice and long. If you want a bit more of a stretch, you can extend your leg. Maybe still more of a stretch. You can interlace your fingers behind your calf or all the way up to your ankle heel, but you want to be keeping your spine nice and long, so hips on the floor, shoulder blades relaxed. One more breath. And then slowly you can release. Bringing your feet back to hip width distance apart, so we'll take the other side. And show this way this time. Extending both knees out to the left. Again, left foot on top of your right. You want to be thinking of pulling forward so that you really feel that lengthening here. Turn your head, relax the shoulders. So we're gently winding down, relaxing completely. Feeling the heart rate slowing down, the breath softening. Any remaining tension melting away. Maybe already noticing the effects of the practice. Nice and slow on your next inhale, bringing your left foot up with your right knee, replacing your right ankle aligned with your hip, and you can exhale to the right. So sort of the left foot flat on the floor, trying to keep your shin vertical as much as possible. So you should be feeling a bit of a different stretch into the outside of the left hip. You can turn your head opposite to your knees again. Just softening. So we have a gentle twist here in the front of the body. Some workings onto the left hip. One more breath. And then coming back to center. Thread the needle. Choosing your option, whatever is best. Again, you can help your left knee with your left elbow, so working your left knee away from the chest, right knee towards the chest, but trying to keep your hips nice and grounded, shoulder blades relaxed. Every inhale, still lengthening into the spine. Every exhale, you soften onto the earth. Again, you can take any further variation. If you're more flexible, you feel you need a bit of a hamstring stretch. Still trying to work that left knee away from the chest. Spine is nice and long. Nice and slow. Your release. You can bring your legs up for happy baby, just finishing up with a bit of a working into the hips just to release. So if you feel like taking some movements into your happy baby, just playing around like a baby, that's fine. Maybe extending one leg out, bending into the other knee, other side, or maybe gently rocking from side to side. And then maybe getting the blood to come back down. You can just extend your legs, extend your arms, and then you just shake it, 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 shake, 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 shake. And relax. For your Shavasana. Just letting go completely. You can let go of the Ujjayi breath. Letting go of any thoughts, any remaining tension in the body. You're just going to relax completely for the next few minutes, integrating the practice. So really just letting go, softening your legs, hips, shoulders, letting your toes drop out to the side, thumbs out to the side. So this external rotation in the leg allows to relax the hips, lower back. Likewise, external rotation of the arm relaxes the shoulders, middle back, neck, so that you can find a really comfortable, softening last pose, most awaited pose. I know some people secretly do yoga for this beautiful, blissful, relaxing pose. We don't get the chance very often to really look at ourselves and really relax. Now is the time. Maybe you can take a deep breath in through the nose and a big sigh out the mouth. To relax completely. Maybe a few more. Really feeling the softening of the back body. No more doing, just being. Gently start to draw your awareness back into the body. You can start to deepen the breath. And on your next breath in, taking a deeper breath all the way down to your toes, fingers. Getting some movement into your ankles, wrists. Taking a deeper inhale, stretching your arms overhead. Nice and long, and as you exhale, rolling over on one side, taking a few breaths in fetal position using your arm as a pillow, nice and comfortable, so that you give some time for the mind to reconnect with the body completely. Still with your eyes closed. When you feel ready, you can gently press your hands into the earth to come back to a comfortable seat. Hands in the Anjali Mudra, palms together in front of your heart. Just noticing how you feel in your body, your mind from the start of the practice. What has the practice allowed? Maybe some energy shift, some relaxing, stretching, whatever it might be for you. Just take a moment here to really feel and connect. Remembering that the breath is always there for you. You can breathe deeply into the heart to energize the body, create some loving energy, and use the exhale anytime you feel a bit anxious, fearful, to release, letting go of negative tension. Tip of the thumbs to the third eye. And we bow in gratitude to the divine that surrounds us and is within all of us. Hari Om Tat Sat. Peace, love and light. As usual, I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to comment, connect with me for more, and I'll see you very soon. Hari Om.